Whether you sailed with Royal Caribbean in the past or you're new to the cruise line, in the next 30 minutes, we're going to share everything you need to know about the dining, entertainment, activities, and insider tips for Star of the Seas to ensure that you're one step ahead of everyone else on board. Up next. Welcome aboard, everyone. I'm Don B from Eat, Sleep, Cruise. Perhaps the biggest difference between the Icon class and other classes of Royal Caribbean ships is Chill Island. Chill Island is a 3-deck area spanning decks 15 through 17 with 7 pools and nearby hot tubs. This reimagined pool deck offers so many new and unique ways to chill, along with places to grab a drink and a bite to eat. Star of the Seas has one practical but significant enhancement over Icon, the addition of another hot tub. Star has 10 hot tubs compared to Icon's 9. The cruise line was able to add the additional hot tub between the Lime and Coconut and AquaDome market once it realized that the extra water weight wasn't going to be an issue. This gives guests another relaxation option and helps distribute guest traffic more effectively across the ship's outdoor decks. Each pool on Chill Island has its own unique vibe. The Cove pool on deck 15 and its surrounding seating is mostly sheltered from the sun. This is perfect if you burn easily or want to read a book by the pool. The Royal Bay pool, also on deck 15, is the most expansive pool at sea and has plenty of surrounding and in-pool seating options. On deck 16, there's the Swim and Tonic, Royal Caribbean's first swim-up bar at sea. Currently, this bar is adults only on Star of the Seas. The swim-up bar concept means you can literally swim up to the bar and order drinks without getting out of the water. It's definitely one of the most popular spots on the ship. On deck 17, there's Cloud 17, with its infinity edge pool and plenty of comfy padded loungers. And in our experience, it tends to be a bit quieter than the main pool deck below. When it comes to drinks, you have 4 different lime and coconut bar locations throughout Chill Island. One offering frozen drinks only on deck 16 if you want those slushy poolside cocktails. There's also the Cantina Fresca for margaritas and other Mexican-inspired drinks. For food, the Windjammer Buffet is your main option, open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, offering international cuisine. El Loco Fresh serves up Mexican fare poolside. Think tacos, burritos, and nachos. Perfect for when you don't want to leave the pool area. And don't forget sprinkles for soft serve ice cream, which is always a hit with kids and adults alike. The beauty of Chill Island is that you really can spend an entire day here without needing to go anywhere else on the ship. On the other hand, all those adventure seekers will love Thrill Island, located on decks 16 and 17 on the aft of the ship. This neighborhood features Category 6, the largest water park at sea, covering over 17,000 square feet. You can conquer the tallest drop slide at sea, the first open freefall slide at sea, as well as family raft slides and the first mat racing duo slides at sea. The Pressure Drop and Frightening Bolt are the body slides, and these are the most intense slides in the water park. You need to be at least 52 inches for these slides. The Storm Chasers are the mat racing duo slides where you can race against family and friends. You need to be at least 48 inches tall for these. The Hurricane Hunter and Storm Surge are the family raft slides that fit multiple people, and everyone needs to be at least 48 inches tall. Knowing these height requirements before you sail is crucial. This water park is geared for tweens, teens, and adults. So if you have younger kids who don't meet the height requirements, they might be disappointed, so manage expectations ahead of time. If water slides aren't your thing, there's the Crown's Edge, located 154 feet above the ocean. Unlike many of the attractions on Thrill Island, this is actually an upcharge, and it's part ropes course, part zip line. Onboard prices start at $35, with reduced pricing in the evenings. But you can also check your cruise planner before sailing for any sales and promotions, as we suspect you might be able to get a better price pre-cruise. Beyond the water park, you'll find the Lost Dunes mini golf course, which is a 9-hole course with some creative obstacles. There's the Adrenaline Peak rock climbing wall, which offers different difficulty levels for climbers of all abilities. And of course, it wouldn't be a Royal Caribbean ship if there wasn't a Flowrider surf simulator, which lets you try your hand at bodyboarding or surfing, but trust us, it's harder than it looks. But it's really fun once you get the hang of it. There's also a sports court where you can play basketball, soccer, and yes, pickleball, with activities, staffed, organized competitions, as well as free play. When you get hungry or thirsty, there's the Base Camp, which is a new eatery that debuted on the Icon class, now features a completely complimentary menu with items like chicken tenders, pretzel bites, and a smash burger, which honestly is the best burger on the ship. Having this additional quick service restaurant is a big improvement from other Royal Caribbean ships. The Base Camp bar also features a signature menu with zero-proof cocktails as well as the Category 6 Hurricane. You don't want to miss the deserted milkshake bar either. While not covered in any food or drink packages, Deserted does feature some crazy milkshakes, including traditional milkshakes for kids and boozy concoctions for adults, with prices ranging from $9 to $18. Thrill Island seamlessly connects to Chill Island and the Hideaway neighborhoods, so you can easily move between thrilling activities and relaxing by the pool throughout the day. If your idea of a vacation is relaxing away from all the kids and teens, then the Hideaway has you covered. This new adults-only area is tucked away on Deck 15 and features the first suspended infinity pool at sea, cantilevered 135 feet above the ocean with 180-degree ocean views. This completely aft-located space also features plenty of terrace seating, daybeds you can rent for an extra fee, whirlpools, and a dedicated bar with its own specialty menu featuring drinks like the Oh My God. Unlike other cruise lines, perhaps one of the benefits of Royal Caribbean's drink package is that most of the signature cocktails at bars like the Hideaway Bar, Base Camp, and essentially all the other bars on Star of the Seas are included in the deluxe drink package. The whole area has a real beach club vibe with a sophisticated atmosphere that feels like you're in an upscale resort rather than on a cruise ship. What really impresses us about the Hideaway is the view, which is particularly stunning during sunset or sailaways. Now, unlike rival cruise lines, one of the best parts about the Hideaway is that it's completely complimentary for those 18 and older. You don't need to pay a fee just to access the space. However, the only downside is that there's no food served here, so you'll have to venture to the nearby Base Camp in Thrill Island or the Windjammer in Chill Island to grab a bite to eat. But honestly, the peace and quiet make it worth the short walk. Many guests find this to be their favorite spot for morning coffee or afternoon relaxation, especially on sea days when you want to escape the busier areas of the ship. Those with kids will want to head to the Surfside neighborhood, which is a family-centric area that was specifically designed for young families, and it's received some significant improvements on Star of the Seas. When Royal Caribbean first conceptualized Surfside, it was meant for families with children aged 0 to 6, but there have been some enhancements on Star of the Seas to bring the age up to 10 years old. This helps draw families with slightly older kids. Splashaway Bay and the Playscape have some new features to keep kids of all ages happy. The Water's Edge pool has been reconceptualized based on actual guest usage patterns. Originally, Royal Caribbean intended for the Water's Edge pool to be an adults-only area on Surfside. However, Cruise Line realized that essentially the Water's Edge pool became an extension of the family area. So on Star of the Seas, Royal Caribbean leaned into that, making the water play spaces more cohesive. Now it functions better as a truly family pool where parents and kids can enjoy the water together. The Surfside neighborhood also features family-friendly dining and activities so families can stay and play all day long. This was really the goal of the neighborhood anyway, to create a space where families with young children could spend the entire day without needing to venture to other parts of the ship to get something to eat, to grab a drink, but you'll still find some familiar favorites if you're used to sailing on other Royal Caribbean cruise ships. There's the Seaside Carousel, which of course is a hit with young kids, and let's be honest, some big kids at heart too. There's also an arcade with age-appropriate games. Sugar Beach is the candy shop on Surfside, serving cotton candy. There's also the Lemon Post. It's a vibrant yellow bar with two completely different menus. There's one menu for kids, with virgin versions of popular drinks, all made with lemonade, and an adult menu with cocktails that also feature lemonade as the base. The drinks are sweet, but they're also colorful and Instagram-worthy, and it really adds to the beachy, fun atmosphere of this neighborhood. The Playscape is an impressive climbing structure that's been enhanced with more features for expanded age range. Splashaway Bay is the water play area with fountains, water cannons, and smaller slides perfect for younger children. There's even Baby Bay, a separate area designed specifically for the youngest cruisers. For dining, you have several options. Their Surfside Eatery is a buffet dedicated to families, featuring kid-friendly options, as well as more elevated and healthier choices for their parents. The setup is designed to be easy for families to navigate, even with strollers and young children in tow. Surfside Bites is perhaps our personal favorite in this neighborhood. It's a takeout window serving items like popcorn chicken, pizza toasties, and hamburgers. These are quick grab-and-go options with portion sizes that are just right for children and flavors that will appeal to them. If you want a sit-down meal, Pier 7 is a casual specialty restaurant that offers brunch and dinner menus and actually might be a hidden gem on this ship. The restaurant has a relaxed, beachy atmosphere that welcomes families. Menu items include shrimp tostadas, Korean fried chicken, fish tacos, and more. The best part for families is that kids 12 and under eat free from the kids menu all day, so parents can enjoy an elevated dining experience without having to pay extra for their children. The beauty of Surfside is how it seamlessly connects to Central Park, the Royal Promenade, and the Adventure Ocean Kids Club. This makes it easy for multi-generational families to stay connected while giving the youngest family members their own dedicated space. Grandparents can easily pop over to Central Park, while parents can stay in Surfside with the little ones. Speaking of Central Park, the Central Park on Star of the Seas is more lush and lively than ever, with 20% more greenery. This open-air space feels like you're walking through an actual park in the middle of the ship. Thousands of living plants creating a peaceful oasis from the bustling pool decks. The biggest difference on Star of the Seas compared to Icon is the supper club experience. Instead of Icon's Empire Supper Club with 1920s New York sophistication, Star offers the Lincoln Park Supper Club with Chicago-inspired glamour from the 1930s. This elegant evening combines cuisine, cocktails, and live music in an intimate space located just off Central Park. This is completely unique culinary and entertainment experience that gives repeat Icon-class cruisers a reason to return. For more accessible dining, you'll find Chops Grill, Royal Caribbean's signature steakhouse, featuring a new menu of signature cuts. This restaurant has an upscale atmosphere perfect for special occasions or when you want to treat yourself to premium steaks and seafood. Uzumi, Royal Caribbean's sushi and hibachi restaurant, has been relocated to Central Park on the Icon class. Uzumi Sushi is an a la carte option offering sushi, sashimi, and signature rolls. For something with a bit more flair, Uzumi Hibachi is a Japanese-style steakhouse. This multi-course feast is part dinner, part show, with talented chefs showing off their culinary skills while crafting one of the best meals on the ship. Along with the full restaurant experience, there's also a new takeout window called Uzumi in the park. You can get sushi or some photo-worthy bubble cones at a la carte prices without needing a reservation for the full restaurant. This is perfect if you're craving sushi but don't want to commit to a lengthy sit-down dinner. The Trellis Bar on Star of the Seas is bigger and better than any other Royal Caribbean ship, with a new menu of small bites that pair perfectly with craft cocktails. This bar has a garden party atmosphere that fits perfectly with Central Park setting. There's also the brand new walk-up champagne bar called Bubbles, where you can grab a glass of bubbly as you stroll through the neighborhood. Lou's Jazz and Blues is another new venue to the Icon class that serves signature cocktails alongside live jazz music in the evenings. This intimate setting makes it feel like a hidden jazz club, and it's a perfect spot for a romantic drink or to wind down after dinner. There's the Park Cafe, which includes typical breakfast and lunch items, like the signature Royal Kaluki sandwich that's become a Royal Caribbean staple. The Park Cafe on the Icon class definitely has a more upscale feel and look while serving the same great food you find on other ships in the fleet. One thing we love about Central Park is how it seamlessly connects to other neighborhoods while maintaining its own distinct personality. You can easily walk from the bustling Royal Promenade into this peaceful green space, or head over to Surfside for family activities. The living plant walls and increased greenery make it feel like a completely different environment from the rest of the ship. Plus, you won't want to miss live music in the evenings, including a harpist, which is exclusive to Star of the Seas. The Royal Promenade has been completely reimagined as a lively entertainment hub that's now 2 stories with floor-to-ceiling ocean views, and the Pearl kinetic structure taking center stage. Star features enhanced Pearl technology with improved LED displays. You definitely need to get your photo in front of this beautiful sculpture. It's become an iconic spot on the Icon class of ships. This neighborhood spans decks 5 and 6 and comes alive day and night with restaurants, bars, and entertainment spaces hosting a variety of live music, activities, parties, parades, signature shows, and more for the whole family. For dining, there's the impressive 3-story main dining room with traditional and my time dining options. Instead of just typical early and late seatings for traditional dining, Star actually has 4 different traditional dinner times, giving you much more flexibility. Traditional dining times include early times of 5 p.m. and 6:45 p.m., with second seating times of 7:30 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. Those wanting more flexibility can opt for my time dining, which runs from 6:45 p.m. to 9 p.m. Guests can pre-book dining times or just simply show up at the designated my time dining deck when you want to eat to go standby. When it comes to the main dining room, Star of the Seas offers a pretty typical cruise experience if you're used to sailing with Royal Caribbean. Each night, the main dining room offers a theme menu like the Welcome Aboard dinner or a Taste of the Caribbean, offering rotational menu items and royal classics like a Caesar salad or a grilled chicken breast. Don't miss the Sea Day brunch available from 8:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. on the first Sea Day. This menu is a hybrid of breakfast and lunch items, including omelets, pancakes, chicken and waffles, and steak frites at no additional charge. You'll also find Sorrento's Pizzeria, which is open late for a perfect quick slice, and Playmaker Sports Bar and Arcade, where you can catch the game while enjoying pub food and drinks. This a la carte eatery features classics like nachos and sandwiches, alongside arcade games, tabletop games, and plenty of televisions. Giovanni's Italian Kitchen offers more upscale Italian dining in a sophisticated setting. This is one of our favorite specialty restaurants on Star of the Seas, featuring Italian-American classics like calamari, chicken parmesan, and homemade pasta. It's open for dinner and lunch on sea days. You can't pass up the pizza either. If you can't get a reservation, the nearby Giovanni's Wine Bar offers various vintages as well as an appetizer menu perfect for a light meal or as a pre-dinner snack. The Pearl Cafe is a significant upgrade to the typical cafe promenade found on other ships. It's open 24 hours and serves elevated breakfast, lunch, and to-go items throughout the day. The quality here is noticeably better than the old cafe promenade concept, and it becomes a popular spot for grabbing coffee and pastries or sandwiches throughout the morning and the early afternoon. Here is an important beverage package tip. If you have a drink package, you can get Starbucks drinks at the Pearl Cafe that are included in the drink package, while the actual Starbucks kiosk on Deck 5 will cost you extra money. For bars and lounges, you'll find the elegant 1400 lobby bar with signature cocktails and a sophisticated atmosphere. The bar is positioned in the heart of the ship, offering floor-to-ceiling ocean views, making it the first time the promenade area has been open to the outside. It features drinks inspired by Royal Caribbean's history and classes of ship, the signature 1400 in honor of the Icon class. The Thorn and Thistle offers a more casual British pub experience with an extensive beer menu, signature cocktails, and regular live acoustic music. Several signature Royal Caribbean bars and lounges are also on Star of the Seas. On Deck 6, Boleros provides Latin-inspired drinks and music and is a lively spot until the late hours of the evening. The Schooner Bar is Royal Caribbean's classic piano bar that's perfect for sing-alongs and features a signature cocktail menu with Heidi's favorite cocktail, the Lavender Daiquiri. Entertainment is huge in the Royal Promenade. Dueling Pianos is by far the most popular spot on the ship, featuring interactive musical entertainment where the pianists take requests and get the crowd involved. Arrive early if you want seats because this venue fills up quickly, especially on sea days. The Attic Comedy Club has been relocated from its previous location on lower decks to right in the heart of the promenade on the Icon class. This venue definitely feels larger than other iterations and hosts comedy shows throughout the cruise with multiple time slots and different comedians. Spotlight Karaoke is the ship's dedicated karaoke bar, which also is home to other activities like trivia throughout the cruise. Two of the ship's signature entertainment spaces are found right off the Royal Promenade. There's a Royal Theatre, which hosts signature productions including Back to the Future, the musical. which has been adapted for Star of the Seas. Fans of the beloved 1985 film won't want to miss this 100-minute production featuring Marty McFly and Doc Brown with an original soundtrack. Royal Caribbean has the best entertainment at sea, and they're the only cruise line that could pull off a production of this scale, the state-of-the-art theater that brings all aspects of the story to life, including a DeLorean right on stage. If you're a fan of 80s nostalgia, this show was made for you and definitely captures the spirit and magic of the original movie. Star of the Seas also features a brand new show in Absolute Zero called Soul, which traces the sun's path through the sky with an intricate mix of ice dancing, skating, and special effects, with set pieces inspired by some of the hottest locales in the world. Featuring the largest ice skating cast in the fleet, you'll need to stick around until the end because the ice skating trick performers pull off some extreme stunts that you won't see in any other Royal Caribbean ice show. Of course, you won't want to miss any of this entertainment, and you should make your entertainment reservations as soon as possible, either in your cruise planner before sailing or as soon as you board the ship. If you can't get reservations, all hope is not lost. There are always standby lines. Don't forget Royal Caribbean's classic entertainment offerings that you find on almost any ship. You'll find trivia contests throughout the day, covering everything from general knowledge to music items. There's also plenty of parties. Star of the Seas debuts 2 brand new parties that you won't find in any other Royal Caribbean ship. The Millennium Mania Party celebrates all things Y2K with music, dancing, and nostalgia from the late 90s and early 2000s. The Let's Dance theme party gets everyone moving with interactive dancing competitions and performances. Of course, you'll still get Royal Caribbean classics like the Hush Silent Party and Red Party. The Promenade also connects you to other key ship areas. There's an escalator that takes you down to Casino Royale, and you'll find plenty of shopping venues, including the Royal Caribbean logo store. The fitness center is right off the Promenade. Open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., it boasts plenty of cardio equipment, weight machines, and free weights. There's also a stretching room and upcharge spin classes in a dedicated space. Adventure Ocean Kids Club, the Social OTO Teens Club are also easily accessible from the Royal Promenade. What makes the Royal Promenade special on Star of the Seas is how open and airy it feels compared to other ships. The AquaDome sits at the top of the Star of the Seas and truly transforms from day to night, making it one of the most innovative neighborhoods on any cruise ship. By day, you can relax at the Overlook, one of the most beautiful spots on Star of the Seas, featuring 220-degree ocean views, plenty of comfortable furniture, a bar, and the first of their kind pods at sea. These pods offer a unique seating experience with panoramic views that make you feel like you're floating above the ocean. They also include outlets, which make it great for charging your devices. The real star here, though, is the enhanced AquaDome market. This is where Star of the Seas really shines compared to Icon. The AquaDome market is Royal Caribbean's take on a food hall, and Star introduces some new food stalls that we think are even better than those on Icon of the Seas. Star selections include Pig Out Barbecue, featuring barbecue sandwiches along with mac and cheese bowls. Let me tell you, the brisket with mac and cheese is incredible. There's Mai Tai that serves Thai favorites, including authentic pad Thai. There's La Cochinita, featuring Latin American tapas like empanadas. And you'll still find favorites that are also on Icon of the Seas, like Feta Mediterranean, featuring similar options like gyros, and Creme de la Creme, serving up delicious crepes. All of these options are completely complimentary. While the AquaDome market was our favorite addition to the dining lineup on Icon, we think the new food stalls and menu selections are even better on Star of the Seas. What makes this food hall concept so successful is the variety and quality. You can grab items from multiple stalls and create your own meal combinations. And there's truly something for every member of your family. You'll also find other dining options here. Hook Seafood is a specialty restaurant featuring fresh seafood prepared in an upscale but relaxed atmosphere. There's also the Celebration Table, which offers a unique dining experience, and the Ryan Bean Coffee Bar, which serves up both alcoholic and non-alcoholic signature drinks. Ryan B is perfect for grabbing a specialty coffee during the day or a craft cocktail in the evening. At night, this neighborhood comes alive with Torque. This is Star of the Sea's signature Aqua Theater production. This replaces Icon's Aqua Action and combines the use of robotic arms, projection mapping, and a 55-foot water curtain with the talents of synchronized swimmers, Olympic-level high divers, and other acrobats. The result is a show that's unlike anything you'll see on any other cruise line. Talk delivers a fast-paced show that attempts to replicate an action movie utilizing the state-of-the-art pools, lifts, and robots. The suite neighborhood spans decks 16 through 19, and it's the largest in the Royal Caribbean fleet, offering exclusive experiences for suite guests. The Grove is the centerpiece, a 2-level sun deck, the private pool, whirlpool, and a variety of seating options that range from lounge chairs to more private cabanas and daybeds. The Grove also features a dedicated bar, serving Mediterranean bites alongside cocktails and other beverages. This gives suite guests their own private oasis away from the busier public pool areas, with attentive service and a more refined atmosphere. Suite guests can also enjoy the 2-story Coastal Kitchen restaurant, which serves 3 meals a day with menus that are more sophisticated and elevated than the main dining room offerings. The restaurant has floor-to-ceiling windows and a more intimate setting that makes every meal feel special. There's also a dedicated bar and lounge area with views overlooking the AquaDome, giving suite guests premium viewing for the shows and entertainment below. This suite neighborhood is Royal Caribbean's attempt to offer a ship-within-a-ship experience, with exclusive amenities that justify the premium price point for these accommodations. Adventure Ocean is the Royal Caribbean youth program that's included in your cruise fare. This space allows your kids, aged 6 months to 12 years old, to engage in educational and fun activities during the cruise that are also age appropriate. Your little ones will be supervised by trained staff that participate in various educational offerings. The space is conveniently located on Deck 6, near the Surfside neighborhood and the Royal Promenade. Adventure Ocean is divided into age-appropriate areas. The babies' room is for ages 6 to 36 months. The juniors is for those who are 3 to 5 years old, with the arena for children 6 to 12 years old, and the hangout, which is also reserved for children who are 6 to 12 years old. There's also Adventure Ocean Theater for special programming and a workshop space for crafts and educational activities. What's new on Star of the Seas compared to Icon of the Seas is the increased focus on analog play, with more hands-on activities rather than just screen time. Do be sure to register your kids for this program on the first day of the cruise to secure spots in this popular program, even if you don't think your kids want to participate. Social O2O is a dedicated space for teens 13 to 17 years old. This space is purposely tucked away on Deck 6, but still accessible from the family-friendly areas. In fact, you might almost miss this venue, which is down a corridor, before descending the stairs to Absolute Zero. The hangout spot for teens features plenty of video game consoles, board games, foosball, and more. It's a chill place to hang out with friends, watch a movie, or listen to music. Even if you sailed on other Royal Caribbean megaships, it'll take a bit to get your bearings on Star of the Seas, as the layout is fairly different. We suggest you review the deck plans prior to your sailing, and then spend some time on embarkation day exploring the different neighborhoods. This will help ensure that you don't miss out on anything. If you haven't already booked your Star of the Seas cruise, we suggest you book as early as possible. As the newest ship in the fleet, Star comes with a hefty price tag, and we generally find that the price of sailing only goes up over time. One of the best ways to ensure you get the lowest price on your Star of the Seas cruise is to work with a certified travel advisor. Now, Heidi and I are not travel agents. That's why we've partnered with MEI Travel. They are the official travel partner of Eat Sleep Cruise. We book all our cruises with MEI Travel, and you can take advantage of their deals and promotions by using our exclusive link down in the description. Now, if you're completely new to cruising or completely new to Royal Caribbean, don't know where to start, don't worry, we have you covered. Right here on YouTube, we have our How Much Does a Royal Caribbean Cruise Really Cost video. In that video, we break down everything covered in the cruise fare, plus all the additional costs the cruise line doesn't tell you about. That way, you can set a realistic budget for your Royal Caribbean cruise, and you won't return home with sticker shock.